hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I want to say what's up, everybody, and welcome to drboycetv.com. This is the home for intelligent Black people. So if you are Black and intelligent, let us know, shout yourself out, pat yourself on the back, because Black intelligence sometimes is lacking, particularly in this crazy environment that we're in. We got a lot of chaos, kind of happening in the world. And I thought that I would jump in for a second and address some of what we're seeing now. As of right now, we are in the middle of Corona crap, just all kinds of stuff going on with this virus, and they're putting people under martial law and all this other stuff, and it's getting real messy. And I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope you guys are staying Black and staying together and staying with family and staying with your community. I'm a believer that as we as Black people are going through more and more of this stuff, we have to turn to each other. I've never believed Black people have ever had any friends, but now I know we ain't got no friends, because when white folks get scared, really bad things start to happen to Black people. And Latanya, I love you too. Thank you so much for your kind words. Shout out your city. Let me know what city you're from, and let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're safe. Are you good? Are you okay? And I wanted to try an experiment today. At some point in the podcast, I'm going to give somebody who's watching free access. A lot of y'all got kids at home, and you guys have heard about our Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program, our Black Business School for Children. And somebody today, I will give you free lifetime access to that program. I think lifetime access costs about $900 or $1,000, something like that. I will give somebody free access for life to that program. And it doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 kids, you can sign them all up at the same time. So I'm going to pick somebody toward the end of the podcast. So just hang in there, and we'll do that toward the end. So anyway, shout out your city. Let me know what city you're from. Let me see. Energy's crazy here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Is it crazy? Give me a yes or no if it's crazy in your town, whatever town you're in. Give me a yes or no if you're seeing some chaos and ridiculousness. Byron, Georgia says Yuan. Calgary, Canada. Is it crazy in Canada? Claremont, California, Radio 331. I see Fort Lauderdale. M. King says, God bless you. Will bless you too. Let's see, New Jersey. All right. So here's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. And hey, everybody on Instagram, I see Asha Terry in there. Asha Terry, one of my really smart friends. She's a Black woman. You should always listen to Black women. Black women are just special and smart. We know this. So anyway, one of the things my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. That's what I was going to tell you. But here's one of the things I wanted to talk about today. And I want to talk about it in a way that is insightful, but not gossipy. I want to talk about Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum, give me a yes or no in the chat if you know the name Andrew Gillum. If you've heard of Mr. Andrew Gillum, who ran for governor of Florida, who was this close to being the first Black governor of Florida. You give me a yes or no if you know who Andrew Gillum is. Andrew Gillum is, he's what I call a baby Obama. When Obama got elected and Obama did so well in the White House, I mean, I didn't agree with all of his politics, but I think he handled himself very well in the White House. Definitely compared to Trump, right? Trump kind of, in the White House, he kind of comes off like a teenager who who's playing a fantasy island game or something, who gets to be president. Like, imagine a teenager getting a chance to run the world. Like, we're learning from watching Trump what a qualified president does and does not look like. And so, Obama did well, right? And after he did well, what you started seeing was a lot of what I call baby Obamas. Baby Obamas basically meaning people where they literally just went off a blueprint because they're trying to figure out what you like and what you want. And they said, okay, we need to get another guy just like him, Ivy League educated just like him, well-dressed just like him, beautiful Black wife just like him, perfect little family just like him. And Andrew Gillum was one of those baby Obamas. Some of the other baby Obamas are Cory Booker. Kamala Harris was a female baby Obama. When I was in Guyana, me and Alicia noticed that the president was wearing a tie. In his pictures, his tie was the same color that Obama used to wear. So everybody's got these baby Obamas everywhere. When I was in Colombia, I think I saw a baby Obama. And it's just what it is. So anyway, somebody said this is the first time I heard you criticize Trump. Well, that's because I don't give a shit about the politics, honestly, but I do criticize him all the time. I told y'all I'm not voting for none of these people. So no, I think Trump's a great guy? No, I don't. But do I think the Democrats are wonderful? No. If you think the Democrats are going to save Black people, then you probably aren't educated enough to be here. Like, I need you to go look at the last 60 years Look at the last 60 years, and you tell me if the Democratic Party has ever saved Black people or shown a desire to improve the Black community. You tell me. Go look over the last 60 years, and you'll see zero evidence of that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not even going to talk about the 1994 crime bill where you got Black folks still in prison getting the coronavirus from other inmates right now because they got locked up in 1998, and Joe Biden ain't took no steps to reverse that Holocaust level destruction of the Black family. But let me get back. See, you got me digressing here. Let me get back to where I need to go. All right. Andrew Gillum, baby Obama. It turns out, apparently, according to media, it appears that Andrew Gillum has a secret life. Andrew Gillum was, Mr. Perfect, perfect family, perfect this, perfect that. But it was looking a little bit like he had some stuff going on. He had a little boy toy. Let me show you. If you guys want to see the pictures that I'm about to show, all you got to do is go to Boyce Watkins, drboycetv.com, and you can actually see the pictures that I'm about to put on the page here. So give me a second here. I'm about to screen share one of the pictures of Andrew Gillum's, we'll call them special friends. I'm not gonna, I told you guys my policy on sexuality. I don't care what you do in the bedroom. Half of y'all probably freaks anyway. But here's one of his special friends, right? This is a guy, I don't know, I forgot his name. We'll just call him Chad. Like they're all Chad or Becky to me. But this is Chad, his special friend. And there's also pictures of Chad, Travis Dyson, a male escort. And it turned out that Mr. Dyson had a drug overdose. Now somebody said turn the camera. See, y'all lazy. Y'all need to just go to the YouTube channel. But I'm gonna just flip this because y'all should just see. I think this is funny. So there you go. So there's the guy right there. All right. So Travis Dyson was in the hotel room with Andrew Gillum, and the police were called. And now Gillum had told his wife apparently that he was going to a wedding. It didn't look like a wedding to me. And this guy is laid out on the bed, naked, in the midst of a drug overdose. I'm putting on my lotion because y'all make fun of me for being ashy. So I got to, you get in front of thousands of people. People be talking bad about you and everything. It's kind of, y'all just mean, man, I swear. So anyway, Travis Dyson was Andrew Gillum's special friend. And they recently just went into the hotel room. And, man. There's just, him and his wife got to have some long conversations, or maybe they already have. See, that's what you don't think about. Maybe they've already talked about it. It's drboycetv.com. It's on YouTube. And they went into the hotel room, and they found a lot of stuff that just makes you sad. They found some prescription drugs. Actually, let me share my screen again so you guys can see it. If you want to see everything that I'm showing here, just go to drboycetv.com. So here I'm going to scroll down. They just, they have all the pictures. So here they have the picture of Gillum just, looking presidential and composed and, Mr. Perfect, Mr. Wonderful. A lot of you ladies probably, maybe would have married him or wanted to date him if he asked you out. And they found some crystal meth, some plastic baggies of crystal meth, empty beer bottles, prescription pills scattered among the trash and soiled bedding, soiled meaning that there was all kinds of bodily fluids in the sheets. And here are some of the prescription pills, some legal, some illegal. There's a blood pressure machine, it looks like. I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah, and there's pills on the floor. And so here's some more pictures, and there's Chad again, Travis, I think that's his name. Here's something that they found that you inject in apparently it looks like it's something that you inject to treat erectile dysfunction. It's a medicine called alprostadil. Okay. And so there's just, and it's really sad. It's really sad. This is more pictures of Chad posing on the internet, I guess, seeking out his clients. And so that's what it was. Okay. And I'm going to get to the point of why I'm talking about this today, because I'm not here to really get gossipy about this brother's private life. I don't really care. I think it's worth talking about because there's some points that can be made off of this. Like I can make certain points that I've been making to you guys off of this. So first, I want to ask you guys a question. Give me a yes or no. Do you think that he was set up? Do you think Andrew Gillum, who was found in the hotel room with a boy toy, who had a boy toy who had overdosed. Do you believe that Gillum was set up, or do you think that he just got unlucky? Like, do you think that he was just hanging out with this dude, and and he just happened to OD, and another guy just happened to come into the room at the same time, or do you think he got set up? Do you think somebody made a plan to say, okay, we're gonna get this dude, we're gonna take him down? Yes or no? You believe he got set up? Give me a yes or no. Okay. Let's see. Melvin says it looks too staged. And a lot of you, as I see, Duel is making little vomit emojis. I'm not going to address that. I'm not going to address too much of that because people want to call you homophobic and stuff, but it ain't something I'm comfortable with. I'm not going to lie. It's not. It's a little bit gross, but it is what it is. Okay. So some of you are saying yes, some of you are saying no. Here's what I think. Do I think it was a setup? I think it very likely could have been, right? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know conspiracies exist, right? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know conspiracies are real. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know conspiracies do happen. And I do believe that there were some people that said, okay, we're going to just destroy his image because, if you want to destroy somebody, just go and reveal what they're doing in the bedroom, right? Just that's what it is. If it wasn't, if it wasn't with Chad, maybe it would have been some woman. Maybe it was Valerie or whatever, right? Because people are always typically having, there are lots of people out here doing all kinds of things in the bedroom that they would not want the public to know about, right? Some of you might be in that category. Now, I think that what does make this interesting for the Black community is that it was with a dude. I think if he got caught with a woman, I don't think people would have had as much of a reaction as they did with the fact that he was caught with a man. Some people consider that to be homophobia amongst Black women. I don't think of it as homophobia. I think that it is that Black women just are who they are, and they are not real interested in being with a dude who's been with another dude. There are women out there who are like, yeah, I don't care if he slept with a man, it's fine. But Black women don't think that way. And I don't know if I agree or disagree. I don't really give a shit. I mean, I've never had that problem. I never had to explain to Alicia why, I was letting, Joe Blow do stuff to my butt crack, right? Like, I've never had to have that conversation. So thank God, but it is what it is, right? You can think what you want, but here's what I think, right? So I do believe that he was set up. I do believe also what was interesting about it is what you're really seeing is two things. One, you're seeing the fact that a lot of your politicians out here are living a lie. I've been to Hollywood a lot, and I know for a fact that there are lots and lots of very prominent Black male politicians and celebrities who give you this impression that they are, that they're these family men and they got this wife and they never cheat, whatever. And it's just all fake. It's completely fake. Like, their wife might have a girlfriend and the dude has a boyfriend, and they've arranged the whole marriage to create this image, because middle America drives, what TV shows do well. Middle America drives which politicians get elected. Nebraska and Ohio and all these, Illinois, and these sort of, down home farm, pick yourself up by your bootstrap type places. So Hollywood, I believe, Hollywood and the Democratic Party, which they tend to run together for a reason. There's a reason why Hollywood and the Democratic Party connect so well, why Billy Porter would likely be, one of the surrogates that is most popular on the Democratic Party campaign trail. They create an illusion. They create an illusion so that you will say, oh, he's just like me, right? Oh, look, oh, he's got a Black wife, just like I got a Black wife, or oh, he loves his Black woman, and my husband loves me, or I wish I had a husband like that, right? And a lot of it's just fake. A lot of it's fake. I wish I could sit one day and just tell you all the stuff that I hear. That's one of the little benefits of being a little bit famous, is like, people just tell you stuff. It's really crazy. Like the weirdest thing about being, a little famous, I'm not real famous. I'm just a little famous. I go places, people know who I am. Is people trust you instantly. Like, I'll meet somebody and they've been following me for years and I just met them. I'm like, what's your name again? And then they're telling me like everything. So I hear the stories, and it makes me want to go back and say, oh my God, I wish everybody knew this. But if I tell everybody this, I'm going to get killed or whatever, right? Or people are going to call me names, get mad at me. But a lot of these people are just pretending. They're just lying to you. They're giving you something other than what is the truth. That's the first point that I picked up with the Andrew Gillum boy toy male escort who happens to die of a drug overdose, or not die, but almost die of a drug overdose while he's in a room with crystal meth and, you know, erectile dysfunction drugs. And there was another drug, I swear, one of the drugs was like something you take for like, wait, I gotta look it up. Hold on. I gotta hit the thumbs up button, please. I'm gonna find this. This is worth me taking a break to look this up. Let me see. It was a drug. It really kind of, it was kind of crazy. There was a drug. Hold on, hold up. Man, no, okay, there's the bodily fluids, erectile dysfunction drug that's not supposed to be mixed with alcohol. There was a drug that they said, oh, it's a medication designed to treat anxiety, and another one called gabapentin, which helps combat seizures and nerve pain. Like, you're not supposed to be taking that shit recreationally. I'm sorry, but have you ever heard the term white people shit? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Does anybody give me a yes or no if you know what I'm talking about when I use the term white people shit? Like weird things that you see that your white friends maybe did, like your rich friend, you know, they're like, I'm the son of a millionaire and I'm bored, so I'm gonna go in my grandma's medicine cabinet and take whatever drug comes out first. Have you ever had friends like that? And I'm not trying to even like make it a racial thing, but y'all know it kind of is. Like most black people I know don't do that stuff. They just don't. I'm not saying that we don't have stupid people out here. Like, we die for other reasons. We die for equally stupid reasons, but they're more culturally based. Somebody was telling me about these college students, these little rich kids that were bored, and they would, I swear to God, this was a story I heard. I said, they said they would tell me if you've ever heard this. They would go get a bunch of drugs out of their grandma's medicine chest, mix them all together in a bowl, mix all the drugs together and grab a handful and just take them all. A handful. Tell me that is not the craziest shit you've ever heard in your life. Like that, I said, they're gonna die. You don't do, who does that? I'm sorry. No, somebody sound like I got the coronavirus. Like, who does that? Who does that? So anyway, I'm laughing because that's the type of stuff, you know, they talk about it's a different world from where you come from. Like they literally live in a different world. When you go out, and that's what happens. That's why you see a lot of black folks, they go to Hollywood and they come back crazy, or they go off to some university and they come back acting like they from another planet. Like, you know, and this is what integration kind of gave you as black people. It exposed you to a lot of cultural norms and habits that can only be described as a bunch of raunchy, crazy ass debaucherous shit. Seriously. Like I think that there's something to be said about the fact that black people have some basic core fundamental values that keep us intelligent, keep us safe, keep us together, and maintain the family hierarchy. For example, like, you don't cuss out your parents, right? You cuss your parents out, you're going to lose all your teeth that day and maybe an eyeball as well, right? We just know this. You don't cuss out mama, but you hang out. Anybody have those friends where they go to the store with their mama don't want to get them? They're like, mommy, I want some Frosted Flakes. And she's like, no, Billy, we're not going to get Frosted Flakes. You fucking bitch, you fucking shit ass bitch, right? Like you, where your eyes are like this big and because your white friends are cussing out their mother, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that there are people that can actually cuss at their parents. You know, so I think that for black people, one of the things that bothers me, and when I see this, and I see this whole Andrew Gillum story, is it is a reflection to me of the cultural erosion that occurs when black people don't know who they are and start rolling and riding with people who want to tell you who you are, who want to tell you that you're something other than what you are. Most black people were kind of stunned by that whole Andrew Gillum situation, because there were at least 5 or 10 things happening in that hotel room that 90% of us can't even identify with. This is not LGBT. This if he wants to get with a dude, I don't have an issue with that because I can't imagine, I can't imagine, and I'm telling you, y'all need to be nicer to Black people in the LGBT community. You really do. Stop disowning your son because he tells you that he happens to be gay. Like, stop that. Like, that's tacky. Hitting him upside the head with a Bible or cussing him out and you going to hell and you. No, seriously, I cannot imagine the nightmare of waking up and being attracted to a dude and knowing there's nothing I can do about it. The things I like about a woman, and y'all know the things I like about a woman because Alicia has pretty much all of them. The things I like about a woman are things that I did not choose. I did not choose to be attracted to a Black woman's curves. Like, seriously, white women have that disease called no acetol, and I don't, and that doesn't interest me. Alicia got ass. I'm not bragging. I'm not talking about. I'm not saying anything that would sound degrading. I hope, but she does. She's a Black woman, and it's a wonderful thing, right? So I would hate it if I were in a world where I was condemned for being attracted to a woman's curves. I would just hate that. It would make me sad. It would make me depressed. Because you can't just be yourself. And I think that we have to have more sensitivity to people that are going through that. I know people that have, that are attracted to the same gender who hate that about themselves, who wish that was not the case because they want to fit in. They want you to love them, and you have to show love. You have to show respect while at the same time drawing your boundaries. Like, you still have a right to say, okay, certain things we're not comfortable with. We're not here to co-sign on agendas. We're not here to promote certain lifestyles or behaviors. Just keep that to you. That's you. I'm gonna do me. We're gonna be friends, and it's all that it is. And I think that's where the Black community stands on these issues. And my issue with the Democratic Party is that they're always trying to push that onto you. They're always trying to push lifestyles onto you. They're always trying to push a certain ideology onto you. And what it does is it ends up, unfortunately, you don't understand. Some of this stuff gets into what can only be described as excessive debauchery. And so I think that the Andrew Gillum situation, this is why I'm talking about it. This is not me trying to go on the attack on Andrew Gillum. I'm not interested in that. I don't even know this man. I know he's a smart lawyer. That's all I know. That's all I care about. I don't care who he's sleeping with. But I bring it up because the Andrew Gillum story and everything that was going on in that hotel room, it speaks to, in my opinion, the darker side of that agenda in terms of what they're trying to get you to become comfortable with. They're working hard to make you comfortable with something else so that you become uncomfortable being who you are. And so what I'm just really here to say is that, okay, I don't care that Andrew Gillum was found in a hotel room with a boy toy who was dying of a drug overdose because he was taking all crystal meth and all this other stuff. That's their business. That's between him and his wife. But what I do want you to kind of peep out and pay attention to is the idea that these are the people that are wagging their finger at you and calling you homophobic. These are the people that are wagging their fingers at the Black community saying, you need to be more like us. No, we don't need to be more like you. We don't need to be more like you because look at that guy now. This motherfucker's sitting in rehab right now. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in a conversation with his wife. If she is a typical Black woman who thought she was marrying the man of her dreams, I can't imagine how much therapy she's going to need to overcome that. I mean, a side chick is one thing, but my God, that wasn't a side chick. That was side dick. That was like a whole different level. Right. And so, I'm just going to say that, I think that my position is, stop messing with us. We'll stop messing with you. Stop telling Black people that, we're morally, what's the word? Morally and ethically inadequate because we're not co-signing on every agenda that some Negro like an Andrew Gillum wants to put on top of our head. Seriously, the Black Democrats are the first ones to run up on you and say, well, you need to stop doing this. The Black church needs to stop teaching that. Black people need to stop believing this. Y'all need to believe that. Y'all need to be more like us. I don't want to be more like you. I don't want to be more like, think about this. Pay attention now. If you look at white liberals or the less melanated, they're melanin deficient. So we got to feel sorry for them. You look at melanin deficient liberals, you find lots of broken families, high divorce rates that come from, things like craziness with feminism and the Me Too movement, just extremities. I'm talking about the extremities here. not equality. I'm talking about extremities. You find drug overdoses in Chicago. My sister worked in the coroner's office. So many people are coming in there ODing on heroin. You go to the Trump supporter counties, and you got a crystal meth problem that never went away. You're talking about situations like this Andrew Gillum scenario, where you tell your wife you're going to a wedding. You tell your black wife you're going to a wedding, but you're in a hotel room with a dude who overdosed on drugs. So there's like multiple layers of insanity happening in that room. And it's not to judge what you do with your private life. It's really to say, that these individuals are the ones who come into the Black community claiming to be the moral authority that's supposed to make us better, right? They come to you and they tell you that something's wrong with your men. They come to you and tell you that, the Black church needs to evolve. They act like you are the ones that are behind when it comes to ethics and values and things like that, when really you need to be teaching them how to conduct yourself in a way that makes sense and that's appropriate. Seriously, I mean, if you want to have a boyfriend, I don't hate on that. Go do what you do. I don't care. Yeah, I don't give a shit. But think about this. This man could have been the governor of Florida, and he would have been labeled as one of the leading Black male role models in the entire United States, if not the world. Pay attention now. This man, this guy who was in a bedroom with a dude with all kinds of illegal drugs, who didn't see anything wrong with that. Apparently that fed a sign of who he was. And I'm not judging that. Men have all kinds of things that they want. I don't judge any of that. But this man, had this incident not occurred, had the curtain not been pulled off the Wizard of Oz, he would have been mass marketed to you and your son as the perfect Black male prototype of what a role model should be. Your own kids would have been honored to go and work with him and be next to him and hang out with him and spend time with him. And it would have been fine to a point, right? He's a brilliant guy. He went to Harvard. He's a great lawyer. I mean, he values education. Those are wonderful things. But then there's that day where he's sitting alone and he says, hey, have you ever tried cocaine? You ever try it? Just try a little bit. I know this story real because I had somebody that I know, a cousin of a friend of mine, who went to Hollywood because he got a record deal, and his whole family got excited, like, yeah, you're gonna be singing, you on TV. Well, he's 15 years old, and his parents did not know that the group that he was touring with introduced him to drugs for the first time. Next thing you know, this man's 45 years old and still got a cocaine habit that he started in the 1980s. Seriously. So my position on it is this. I see a lot of, self-righteousness that comes out of white liberals. They're the first motherfuckers to always tell you what is and is not appropriate. They're the first ones to label you, whether it's homophobic or sexist or toxic masculinity. They're the first ones to label you for what they deem to be inappropriate behavior, or they're the first ones to tell you that Black men ain't shit, that your men are garbage, your men sitting in the community holding it down, Nation of Islam type brothers who are standing up for Black folks. They're the first ones to tell you that something's wrong with those people. Well, I say that before you start wagging your finger at us and telling us how we need to be better people, clean up your own damn house first, because you want to write the Andrew Gillum narrative as this was a one-off. This was an idiosyncrasy. This was just one guy that was, just into some stuff that we knew nothing about. No. Andrew Gillum, I'm sorry. I don't believe that Andrew Gillum was the exception. I believe Andrew Gillum was the norm. I don't think it's a coincidence that, for example, Cory Booker was dating Rosario Dawson, and then Rosario comes out a couple years later and says, oh, by the way, I'm gay. How your girlfriend gay? How does that work? Seriously, this is not anti-Cory, it's not anti-anybody, but I'm just telling you that there is a deeper agenda than what you might imagine. And I'm not telling you to hate nobody because of who they are and what they believe. I'm just telling them that they need to leave Black people the fuck alone. That sometimes you spend so much time, because you don't know who you are, you spend so much time running up behind these people looking to them, Master, please teaches me how to be a better person. And then you go off to Brown University and you come back with all these values and worldviews, and you think you're educating your dumbass, uneducated parents, when really your parents actually know a whole lot more than you do about what it means to be a decent human being. You're coming back with a set of values that white liberal university gave you, some of which are incredibly problematic. Incredibly problematic. So that's my thing on the Andrew Gillum thing. I felt like it was worth talking about because it is reflection. Thank you for that word, Vaughn. I needed that word. The miseducation of the Negro. I think Andrew Gillum, most of that shit going on in that room, and I think you can agree with me, most of that shit happening in that room where Andrew Gillum was in there with his blonde head, blue-eyed boy toy. I don't know if he's blonde, but I'm gonna call him Chad. That most of that stuff happening in that room was not stuff that he learned from our community. Black people don't typically roll like that. I'm not saying that there aren't people in our community that do things that are out of this world. I'm not saying that at all. But that is not. Now, if you told me that he was in there, smoking weed and listening to, listening to 2 Chainz or whatever, and had, a couple strippers in the room, I'd be like, yeah, he might learn that from Atlanta, right? But this whole, like, you're in a room with a dude this male escort, and you've got drugs, like you're taking not that he's taking these drugs. He says he didn't take any of the drugs, and I'm just going to go ahead and believe him on that. We don't know who took the drugs, but you got drugs that are anti-anxiety drugs that somebody in that room was taking, drugs for erectile dysfunction, drugs for, what was the other one for? One was for, was it like kidney failure? I forget what it was, something crazy like that. Just stuff that doesn't like reflect common sense. And I just don't think you didn't learn that from Black people. Most Black people don't operate like that. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Give me a yes or no if you guys get what I'm saying. I'm not here to diss this guy. I'm not here to say Andrew Gillum was not a smart lawyer. In fact, I would prefer that his whole private life not even be a topic of public discussion. But given that it is, I said, maybe we should go ahead and put this in the proper context so we can talk about what this really means, because it's not that often that the curtain gets pulled up and you get to see what kind of stuff these people have going on in their private lives. He was not the exception. He's the rule. That's what they do in politics. They want to make somebody out like, oh, well, we have nothing to do with him. He's the only one. He's the only corrupt one. When really, there's a reason why this brother rose up in politics so fast. There's a reason why you fit in so well with that group. There's a reason why they loved you so much. There's a reason why that they all wanted to hang with you until you got busted, right? So, and it's because birds of a feather, you get what I'm saying? So I know some people might get mad at me for what I said, and I want to just make it 100% clear that I actually just, in terms of who he was and what he represented, just as a, citizen or member of the Democratic Party or as an attorney, I heard great things about Andrew Gillum. I heard a lot of people respected him as a lawyer, and I think that they still should, but I could not resist this opportunity to say, let's really talk about what this is and what this really represents, because this was some real deep debaucherous stuff. This was not, run-of-the-mill cupcake, like, okay, he took a couple extra dollars because he wanted to, get a book deal or what. Like it wasn't no basic stuff. This was some stuff that would definitely destroy a family, because it is such a glaring alternative reality. I mean, it's so beyond anything that most people can identify with. And he didn't learn that from the Black community. I doubt if he learned that from the Black community. So be cautious when you get all excited because your child is successful over there, or it goes to Hollywood and becomes a movie star, or gets a music deal or whatever. They might send you your child back and you may not even recognize who he is, because we put other people on such a pedestal. I mean, we talk about white folks being white supremacists, but actually we are the white supremacists because we put them on a pedestal. We hand our children over to their institutions so they can educate our kids. We put them on a pedestal as if they're better than us. We put them on a pedestal as if they're teaching us how to become better, more relevant human beings, where really you should be teaching them. You definitely should be teaching each other, and you should definitely be teaching your own kids. That's my point on this, and I'm not backpedaling from a single word that has come out of my mouth. So do me a favor, guys. I'm about to go. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. As I promised, I will give one person. You guys know we have our Black Business School for Children called Black Millionaires of Tomorrow. And you may want to take a look at it since you've got kids that are home for all this Corona stuff. So I'm going to give one person free lifetime access to the program. I think lifetime access is about $1,200. I'll give you lifetime access. So type in your name if you want lifetime access. If you have a child or children and you'd like lifetime access, type your full name into the chat, and I'm going to pick one person, and I'm going to email the support team that one person's name and tell them that that person is the winner for today. So type in your full name in the chat if you'd like to be considered as the winner for today. So I'm gonna give you guys a second to type it in. So we will play the Jeopardy song until then. Do 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 do. All right. Okay. I'm gonna close my eyes for a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, DeMiracle Jefferson, D. Jefferson, DeMiracle Jefferson, you are the winner for today. I'm gonna copy your name off of here because that's DeMiracle. Is that like an anti-miracle? I'm playing. I like, but anyway, it sounds like a mixture between your parents' names. I like that. Okay, so DeMiracle Jefferson. So you are the winner for today. So I'm sending your name over, and you're the winner for today. So you should, if you go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com, that's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com, just do a free membership in the Black Business School, DeMiracle. And once you do the free membership and just sign up for free, I'm going to have the team to add you to the class or add your children to the class. So congratulations to DeMiracle. Everybody congratulate the sister, and also congratulations on being a great parent because this program is really, really good, and your children will have a college level understanding of business and economics that will serve them for the rest of their lives. So anybody else who wants to take a look at the program, feel free to go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. And in fact, if you talk to one of the reps on the line, they can give you a discount, or you can use the code word podcast. When you sign up to use the code word podcast, you can get 30% off. All right, guys. So I'm about to go. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing me out. I know I did a little bit of a rant, but I had it on my spirit, so I had to share it. And I want you guys to just try to get through all this crisis. Try to stay calm, stay cool, stay together, stay Black, and don't be scared. We've survived worse things than this, and I don't want you to be afraid. So I'm here, and I'll be checking in periodically. And thank you guys for hearing me out. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Be good. Peace.